It's almost 2 a.m. right now. I can't sleep. The air feels heavy, like it's holding something I'm not supposed to know yet. What time is it for you right now? Maybe this moment is meant for both of us. Because what happened tonight? It wasn't a dream. It was something else. I don't even know how to start this. All I know is I woke up suddenly. No sound, no reason, just a pull inside my chest. And in that silence, I heard something. Not with my ears, but deep in my spirit. It said one word, look. I sat up slowly. The clock beside me flickered 2:03 a.m., and then it began. The air around me shifted, almost alive, trembling softly. Light started seeping through the corners of my room, like dawn sneaking into the dark. It wasn't harsh. It was warm, golden, almost breathing. I whispered, God. Is that you? And before I could finish, I felt it. His presence. It wasn't like anything I've ever known before. It wasn't loud or dramatic or thunder in the sky. It was calm, but that calm carried power. The kind that shakes your soul without touching your skin. My heartbeat slowed, and everything else faded away. Then I heard him, a voice that didn't come from the outside, but from everywhere at once. He said, what you see tonight, speak carefully, for not everything revealed is ready to be told. And suddenly it was like someone pulled a curtain across reality. The world twisted, quiet, soft, and I was standing somewhere else. It was endless. Light moving like rivers, wind whispering through colors I've never seen before. It wasn't heaven, but it wasn't earth either. It felt like standing between both, where time and eternity meet. I could sense something unfolding, like the future breathing just behind a veil. Then, his voice again, the curtain is lifting, child. Watch what has already begun. The scene changed. I saw the world spinning slowly in darkness, cities glowing with lights, oceans glimmering like glass. Everything looked peaceful, but beneath that peace I saw something moving. A slow shadow crawling under the surface, touching hearts, twisting truth. And people didn't even notice. I saw men arguing about justice while ignoring mercy, leaders blinded by their own reflection. Churches filled but hearts empty, screens glowing brighter than prayer rooms. And I whispered, Lord, what is this? He said, this is the calm before correction. His tone wasn't angry. It was sorrowful, like a father watching his children sleep through a fire alarm. Then I saw light breaking through the darkness, small, scattered, weak, but every time someone prayed, the light grew stronger. And he said, these are the ones who still hear me. They are few, but they are enough. I looked closer. Ordinary homes. Simple people, kneeling, crying quietly. No fame, no crowd, no platform. Just sincerity. And every tear they shed became a spark that joined another. Until across the earth, those sparks started connecting. The vision shifted again. I saw the earth tremble, not from earthquakes, but from hearts waking up. He said, the shaking has begun, not to destroy, but to divide. And I understood. He wasn't talking about nations or politics. He was talking about people, about faith itself. He said, those who built on comfort will fall with it, but those who built on me will stand. Then I saw time folding, days, years, moments collapsing into each other. I saw inventions that carried distraction, not progress. Voices louder than truth. Even light itself bending to lies. And then his hand appeared, holding it all still. Mercy is holding back the flood, he said. But mercy has a limit. I wanted to cry. The weight of it was too much. I said, God, please, what can we do? And he replied, wake up. Warn them. Tell them I'm not revealing this for fear. but for preparation. Suddenly, the world around me began to fade. The colors melted back into darkness. And as everything dissolved, I heard him one more time, closer than before. I am pulling back the curtain, not to end the story, but to start the truth. I gasped and opened my eyes. The candle beside me was still burning. The clock hadn't moved, still 2:03, but my heart felt like it had lived a lifetime. The silence in the room wasn't empty anymore. It was sacred. Like heaven had left fingerprints all over the air. I sat there for a long time, just breathing. The words echoed over and over. Wake them. Prepare them. The future has already begun. And now I'm telling you. Because maybe the reason you're hearing this right now isn't by accident. Maybe he's been trying to wake you too. That restlessness you've been feeling, that sense that something's shifting, it's not anxiety. It's a calling. God is pulling back the curtain, not just over the world, but over your life, God. So here's what I'll say before this ends. Stop running from the stillness. Because in silence, he still speaks. And when he does, everything changes. If you believe God is still speaking, if you felt that stirring deep inside, comment right now. I'm listening. Let heaven see it. Let darkness hear it. And may Allah make ease for every believer watching this. Say Ameen in the comments if you receive that prayer. It's strange. Even though that night ended, something in me hasn't stopped replaying it. I can't tell if it was a vision, a dream, or a warning, but every time I close my eyes, I'm there again. The same golden light. The same silence that feels alive. I don't know what time it is right now. Maybe 3 a.m. What time is it for you? Maybe this is your moment too. Because last night, God didn't just show me what's coming. He showed me why I was standing in that same place between time and eternity. But this time, it felt heavier, thicker, like something sacred was about to break open. The light began to ripple, and I could feel his voice before I heard it. He said, I showed you what's hidden in the world. Now I'll show you what's rising within it. The light shifted, and I saw the earth again. Only this time it wasn't peaceful. It was trembling. Not from destruction, but from pressure, like something divine was pushing from underneath the surface. I saw people running, searching, scrolling endlessly, looking for peace in everything except him, he said. The noise has become their god and silenced their fear. I saw screens everywhere, glowing blue and cold, people sitting inches from each other, but miles apart in spirit. Arguments everywhere. Truth buried beneath opinions. Then his tone changed, low and heavy. When confusion becomes normal, the end of deception begins. Suddenly the light darkened, and I saw the spiritual world behind it all. Not shapes or demons, just movement, shadows shifting like waves. And I realized what's coming next isn't political. It's spiritual. It won't attack bodies first. It'll go after peace, unity, faith. I saw families crumbling under silence. Marriages ending in pride, not betrayal. Churches turning into stages, not sanctuaries. And he said, they have learned to perform me, but not to know me. The pain in his voice was unbearable. It felt like creation itself was weeping, but then I saw something else. In the middle of that chaos, small pockets of light began to form, tiny fires. Flickering in dark alleys, in bedrooms, on rooftops. Ordinary people. No microphones. No cameras. Just people whispering, God, please come back into our homes. He said, these are my remnants. They don't carry titles, they carry tears. And through them I will pour out my presence again. I saw those lights spreading like veins of gold through the dark. They connected, grew stronger, brighter, until they started pushing the darkness back. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was peaceful and powerful. He said, this is revival, not an event. a heartbeat. Then the vision zoomed out and I saw nations shaking, economies trembling, voices rising, promising safety while selling fear. And I asked, Lord, what's happening? He said, everything built on lies will fall under truth. What's breaking isn't the world, it's illusion. The scene turned again. I saw a giant curtain stretching across the sky. Behind it, something pure and terrifying, bright, alive, uncontainable. The curtain began to tear, piece by piece, and I could feel power pouring through. He said, when this curtain falls completely, everything hidden will be seen. Not just evil, but purpose. Not just fear, but faith. I looked closer and saw people waking up all around the world, some from sleep, some from sin, some from despair. Their eyes glowed with something unexplainable, hope. And he said, this is the awakening before the return, the final invitation before the silence breaks. Then everything grew bright, almost blinding. I covered my face. The light burned through me but didn't hurt. It felt like truth entering every corner I'd kept closed. He said, the future you fear is only the past I'm redeeming. When I looked again, the earth was quiet. The cities, the noise, the wars, gone. All I could see was light flowing like rivers through streets, homes, hearts. And in that moment I realized he wasn't showing me destruction. He was showing me restoration. He said, tell them, I'm not coming to end hope, I'm coming to finish it. The days ahead will be loud, but my voice will still be gentle. Only those who know my tone will recognize me in the noise. The light faded slowly, like a breath leaving the world. I fell to my knees, crying, because I knew this wasn't about visions or prophecy or power. It was about love. A love that refuses to let creation destroy itself. When I opened my eyes again, I was back in my room. The candle had burned lower. The clock said 3:27. Only a few minutes had passed. But my spirit knew eternity had just spoken. I sat there, shaking, trying to hold on to what I'd seen. And then I heard one last whisper, softer than the wind. Don't just tell them what's coming. Tell them who's coming. That's when I realized the curtain wasn't pulled back to scare me. It was to remind me that heaven is closer than we think. The future isn't a countdown, it's a doorway. And it's already opening dots, so if you're hearing this, maybe this message isn't for the world, maybe it's for you. Maybe he's been trying to wake you up too. That pressure you've been feeling, that emptiness, that strange pull toward something more, it's not random. It's God calling your name through the noise. Don't ignore it this time. Get quiet tonight. Ask him to show you what's behind your curtain. And when he does, don't run. Because what's on the other side isn't fear. It's purpose. If you're ready to see what he's been trying to show you, comment right now, I'm ready. And may Allah make ease, light, and mercy for everyone who says it. If you believe that, write Amin in the comments because the curtain is moving again. And this time, it's your turn to see.